All right, let's dive straight into this. Welcome to the Explainer. Today, we're mapping out a crystal clear, totally actionable roadmap for launching a lucrative tech career from literal scratch. Specifically, we're going to zero in on the essential career paths for beginners. Whether you're brand new to tech or you're just looking to pivot into a fresh ecosystem, we are going to break down exactly how you can establish yourself in one of the absolute most in-demand software platforms on the planet. So, grab a notebook, get dialed in, and let's do this. So, naturally, the very first question you're probably asking yourself is, should I even bother learning Salesforce in 2026? Like, is it still a safe bet? Well, the short answer is an absolute, undeniable yes. Seriously, the Salesforce ecosystem is projected to create millions of new jobs globally over just the next few years. Why? Because companies are constantly pouring money into this platform. Because at the end of the day, customer relationships drive business growth. Learning this system beautifully meshes business smarts with tech skills, making it just a wildly valuable career move today, tomorrow, and honestly, way into the future.
But hey, before we get too ahead of ourselves, let's cut through the jargon. If somebody asked you, what even is Salesforce? In a single sentence, here is your perfect answer. It's the world's leading cloud CRM. That stands for Customer Relationship Management. Basically, it helps companies manage their customers, their sales, customer service, and marketing, all in one single place. Think of it as the ultimate operating system for customer relationships. The whole shebang.
Okay, here's our roadmap for this explainer. 1. The Salesforce opportunity. 2. 5 core career paths. 3. Admin versus developer. 4. Getting certified. 5. Acing the interview. And finally, 6. A daily learning challenge.
Section 1. The Salesforce opportunity.
The sheer scale of what this platform can actually handle is kind of mind-blowing. I mean, why do thousands of massive companies rely on it? Simple. It gives them one unified platform for literally everything. Sales teams are in there tracking leads and forecasting, customer service reps are fixing issues way faster using AI recommendations, and marketing is firing off personalized campaigns based on what customers are actually doing. By dragging analytics and automation into that exact same space, it creates a drastically better customer experience. And guess what? Better experiences directly equal better business results.
Section 2. 5 core career paths. Now, think of this part kind of like picking your character class in a video game. The ecosystem has a bunch of diverse paths you can take: administrator, developer, consultant, business analyst, or architect. And honestly, there is a path here for every single skill level. Whether your vibe is more high-level business strategy or you love getting deep into complex tech, there's a spot for you. But since we're really focusing on those essential career paths for absolute beginners today, your decision is almost always going to come down to 2 primary entry points.
Section 3. Admin versus developer.
All right, here is the fundamental difference between these two beginner roles. A Salesforce admin configures the whole system using just clicks. Their day-to-day is deeply tied to understanding and streamlining business processes. A developer, on the flip side, builds totally custom solutions using code. They are brought in to solve those really complex, heavy-duty technical problems that the standard out-of-the-box features just can't handle. If you decide to go the admin route, your absolute ultimate superpower is going to be tools like Flow Builder. Flow Builder is amazing because it lets you automate all those tedious, repetitive tasks. Stuff like approvals, updating records, sending out emails and notifications, and you do it entirely without coding. Honestly, if you're an admin, mastering Flow Builder is hands down one of the best investments you can make to skyrocket a company's efficiency and save them serious cash.
But what happens when clicking around just isn't enough? Well, that's exactly where developers step into the ring, using Apex. Apex is Salesforce's very own proprietary programming language. When a business suddenly needs, say, some highly advanced business logic, or a super powerful custom app that goes way beyond standard automation, developers use Apex to just make it happen. So, you kind of got to ask yourself, are you more of a clicking and configuring type of person, or a coding and building type of person?
Section 4. Getting certified. Listen, regardless of where you eventually want to end up in the ecosystem, step 1 for almost everyone is knocking out the Salesforce Administrator's certification. This specific cert is basically the universal starting line. It proves to employers that you actually understand the core foundation of the platform, things like objects, record types, and making sure data quality is solid. Getting this credential officially unlocks the door to a ton of exciting entry-level jobs and completely lays the groundwork for any advanced search you might want to tackle later.
Now, as you start learning and building up to that test, you absolutely have to avoid the classic beginner traps. First off, making changes directly in a live, real-world production environment is a massive mistake. I mean, unless you actually enjoy causing widespread company panic, actually, scratch that, just don't do it. Other big no-nos include skipping your documentation or just totally ignoring security settings. If you build good habits right now, like rigorously documenting every single change you make and learning your keyboard shortcuts, it's going to dramatically boost your productivity and just make you a much better pro.
Which leads us directly to the absolute golden rule of this entire platform. Always test in sandbox first. Future you will thank you. Seriously, think of a sandbox as your very own practice playground. It's a 100% safe, isolated environment where you can try out new features, mess around with automations, and just experiment without ever putting real, live customer data at risk. I'll say it again. Never, ever build directly in production.
Section 5. Acing the interview.
Okay, let's fast forward a little bit. You've learned the ropes, you dodged the rookie mistakes, and you've got your shiny new certification. Boom. Now it's time for the ultimate boss battle of this whole journey, the job interview. We're going to rapid fire through 3 super common interview questions for beginners right now, starting with this one. What exactly is a validation rule? The crisp, perfect answer you want to give is that validation rules stop bad data in its tracks before it can even be saved. Whether it's missing info, a bogus phone number, or dates that make no sense, these rules protect the database from getting messy. And that is absolutely crucial because bad data literally leads to bad business decisions.
All right, here's question number 2. What is the actual difference between a role and a profile? To totally nail this one, explain that profiles define a user's strict baseline access to the system. But don't stop there. You definitely want to mention permission sets. Permission sets are modern additions that grant extra access without messing with the user's core profile. In fact, modern best practices highly recommend leaning on permission sets whenever you can, just to keep everything flexible and secure.
The third question is usually a scenario. Something like, how do you go about troubleshooting user issues? When interviewers ask this, they really just want to peek inside your brain to see your logical process. You could tell them you'd start by verifying the user's profile, then you'd check their permission sets, and finally make sure their security settings aren't blocking them. Answering these practical, real-world scenarios with confidence proves to the hiring manager that you're not just some test-passing robot. You are genuinely ready for the daily grind of the job.
Section 6. Daily Learning Challenge.
20. That is your magic number. I am challenging you right here and now to commit exactly 20 minutes a day to learning this platform. I know, it sounds almost too small to matter, right? But consistency is absolutely the ultimate secret weapon when you're trying to master complex software like this.
So what exactly should you be doing with those 20 minutes? Well, you've got options. You could watch a quick tutorial. You could hop into your sandbox and build just one flow. You could complete a single module on Trailhead, which, by the way, is Salesforce's completely free learning platform, or you could just practice building one solid report. You really do not need to lock yourself in a room and study for 3 hours straight. Small, highly intentional daily actions compound over time and lead to massive career growth. So, we've gone over the macro opportunity here, we've broken down the essential career paths for beginners, looked at certs, and even prepped for the big interview. Now, I just have one final crucial question for you. Will you invest 20 minutes today for your career tomorrow? I really hope this explainer gave you the clarity and the roadmap you've been looking for. The ball is in your court now. It's time to fire up that sandbox, start clicking around, and build your future.